Welcome to today's class, and today we are going to look at Microsoft Word. And for you to be able to open Microsoft Word, you are going to click on the Start button, where you are going to find all programs, then select Microsoft Office, then you'll get Microsoft Word. After you've opened Microsoft Word, now you are able to see the working area, or what we call the Microsoft Word interface. And the Microsoft Word interface, we have the following. We have the title bar, where you are able to see document 1. So after you've saved your first document, now the document 1 will disappear, and the name of the document will be appearing at the top of the working area. We also have what we call the menu bars. We have File, Home, Insert, Design, Page Layout, Reference, Mailings, Review, and View. So that is the menu bar for Microsoft Word. We also have the standard toolbar, where simplified tools in the menu bars appear. After you select, like we can select Home, we are able to see whatever is in the Home menu bar. We also have Insert, where we have the simplified tools, or the items that we are supposed to use under Insert. So the standard toolbar comprises of the tools that are included in a certain menu. So we have also the rulers, and the rulers you are able to now move the size of the page that we are using. We also have the scroll bars, which will enable you to move from top to bottom. We also have the horizontal and the vertical scroll bars. We also have the taskbar, or the status bar, that shows you the page number and also the number of words that you typed in your working area. The blank area is what we refer as the working area of Microsoft Word, and here it's where we are going to have the text that we are going to use to be able to use all the formatting and the editing tools that we have. So this is the text that we've already typed, that we are going to edit and format. And in Microsoft Word, we refer to editing as removing of errors, correcting of grammar. So like when you see your text is underlined with red, it means it has grammar errors. When it is underlined by blue, it means we have a bigger spacing, or something is missing. So you go on clicking and removing the errors that are there. So the computer will be able to give you options. We have the thesaurus that is able to give options of the errors that you have. So after you've edited and removed any error that you have in your document, the next thing that you're supposed to do is to format your document. And we say that formatting is enhancing the appearance of your document. And anytime you have a document, you have to enhance the appearance, because if the appearance of the document is not appealing, no one will be interested, or it will not be appealing to the reader. So you must make your document appealing to the reader, so that it is interesting while reading or working with it. And how do we do the formatting of the computers? So you realize we started by saying we have menus in the Microsoft Word. So we start by first saving our document, and when we click on the File menu, the following appears. We have the new document, where you are able to open a new blank document. You're also supposed to open, if you have an existing document that you've already saved, if you click on Open, you'll be able to retrieve your document and open it. So we also have Save. This is whereby you are going to save your text that you've already typed. So we also have savers, and savers is whereby you'll be able to select the area or the location of the text where it's supposed to be saved. For example, if we click on savers, so we are able to see the options of the locations where we are supposed to save the data. For this one, we can use the computer, and we select where we are going to save. We can select the desktop. The dialog box will appear. From here we can open a new folder. We can create a new folder. So we right click. Let's go back a little bit. So we right click. A drop down menu will appear. So we select new, then select folder. So a new folder will be created, and we can give this folder my computer, or we can give it my Microsoft Word documents. So this is the name of the folder that we are going to be saving our work in while using Microsoft Word. So now I've created a folder. For me to save the text that I've just typed in this folder, I'm going to give my file a name, and I'm going to give it introduction to computers. That is the name of our file. So we click save. That means our file has been saved, and I started earlier by saying the name of the file will always appear at the top. Now you realize it is not document 1, but now we have introduction to computers. So now we've saved. We can also, if you want to print your document, you also use the same menu. We have print. You can also share, and also you can also close. If we click on print, it will give us a dialog box showing us the type of printers that are connected to your machine. Also, you are supposed to set up the page. We have whether you want it to be double-sided, whether you want it to be single-sided, whether you want it to be landscape or portrait. So you are able to choose the page setting of the paper after you've clicked print option. You can also share through an email, through a post to blog, or through an online platform, or you can save the document at the cloud's storage. So those are the items found under the file menu. So after you are able now to save your document or you print. So the next thing that we're supposed to do is format your document, and we are going to start with the home tab, that is the home menu. Under the home menu, we have several items, and before you format your document, the first thing that we're supposed to do is to highlight your document. We have two modes, or we have two ways of highlighting your document. One of the way is by pressing Ctrl A, and you have highlighted your document, or you can use your mouse to highlight your document. You can use you place your cursor at the beginning of the text, and you hold on the cursor until the end of the document. So those are the two ways that we can use to highlight our document. So we've already highlighted our document, and the first thing that we're supposed to do is format our text. The font. So we have three options under font. When you click on this arrow that is facing down in the home menu, so we have this arrow facing down, and in this dialog box we realize we have the font style, and the font size. We also have the font color, and also we can underline our text, or we can do underline color. But for now we are going to do the font style, the font size, and the font color. So we are going to choose our font. We have several types of fonts, so we can choose any. from that category. We can go to font style. We have several font styles. We have 4, so we can choose one of them. Then we can also increase or decrease the size, and we can give the font color. You can leave it at it being black, or you can change the color depending on which color you like. So we can change to blue. After we've changed anything under font, now we can select OK, and you realize the changes that we made under font have been effected. So after changing that, the other thing that we can do under Home tab, for example, you can realize that you've already typed your document and you wanted your document to be in caps. We have 4 types of caps. We have the sentence case, we have the lowercase, uppercase, and we have the toggle case. So for example, you've typed your document and realized you want to change into uppercase. What you're supposed to do is just Control A, then select this icon and press uppercase. You realize your text has changed, all of it, to uppercase. You can also change it to sentence case, or you can change to toggle case. The toggle case is whereby the first letter of the sentence is small and the others are in caps. So we don't like that one. We are going to use just the normal one. We are going to use the sentence case, but we can return it to first small lowercase, then we check it to sentence case. So that's how you can change the cases of the file. So we've said we have several. We also can underline the topic. The topic is definition of terms. We can underline. We just press the U. We can also change, can also bold, and also we can also change the color to black. So alternatively, we have others like under font. We have the strike through, we have the subscript, and we have the superscript. So how do we change this one to the strike through, subscript, or superscript? For example, if we type H20 and we want it to read water in chemistry, like the way we write it in chemistry, so we'll come here, highlight 2 alone using the mouse, then press the subscript. So it will have changed to water. Now what about if we want to write oxygen and it appears in chemistry? So we are going to highlight the 2 alone, then press the superscript. So you realize now the 2 is raised. It is not at the same level with the O. Now it is reading oxygen. So that is when, even sometimes when you want to write the date, we can use the sub or the superscript. For example, if you want to write the date in this format, 10th July 2024. So if this one is not raised, that is the simplest way. So we come here, so it is like this. But if you want to change it the way it was, we highlight, then press the superscript. The next thing that we have is the highlighting. For example, you want to remember a certain phrase in a text. For example, you have 100 pages and you want to remember something in that text. You can highlight. We have the normal highlighter that we use in our books, but here also in computer we have the highlighter. So you come highlight the text that you want to remember in future when you are reading that text later. So you highlight, and after highlighting you can give it a color so that you're able to know that this is an emphasis of the text, that if I reach at this point I'm able to put more emphasis. So I can give it any color, meaning that I've highlighted that area, and that area should be given an attention to. So I can highlight using color yellow. So after I've done that, the next thing that we can do with our text, we can do what we call paragraph formatting. And under paragraph formatting, we have several formatting features where we have the alignment. We have different alignments. We have the center, left, right, and justified alignments. We also have line spacing. We have indenting, and indenting is increasing or decreasing the space before the text, whether left or right. So we also have the bulleting and numberings under paragraph formatting. So we are going to start with the first one, that is the alignment. And when we highlight our topic, that is definition of terms, and we want to align this text, because we've said we have 4 different types of alignments, we can select from here, that is the left alignment. So when we select this one, we have the center alignment, and this one is the right alignment, and this one is the justified alignment. So let's use the center alignment. We've aligned our topic today, that is definition of terms. We can also have the spacing, line spacing. So for us to have line spacing, we must first highlight our text, then click on this tab, then a drop down menu will appear. We have different spacings. We have 1.1, 1.15, 1.5, 2.0. So they are all here. You can use the different line spacings that we have. So let's use the 1.5 is the standard one. So that is when you want to use a line spacing. We also have indenting. We've said we have the decrease and increase indent. So when you press this one, we are increasing. When we are pressing this one, we are decreasing. So we can have some other text down here, like we can have a list of vegetables. So we can have carrots, we can have collies, we can have cabbages, we can have tomatoes. So this is a list of vegetables. So when we want to insert, or we want to have a numbering or bulleting, what we are going to do is highlight the vegetables, then we have numbering, and when you click on this numbering area, you realize that we have different forms or different types of numbering. We have the normal numbering 1, 2, 3. We have the Roman numbering. We also have the alphabetical numbering. So you can choose any from this list that you like. So we also have the bulletin, so we can have a different list. We can have like carbohydrates. We can have carbohydrates. We have wheat. We have maize. We have rice. We have sweet. We have sweet potatoes. We have yams. So this is a list of carbohydrates. So we highlight the carbohydrates, then we can do bulletins because we've already done the numbering. So we can select from this list. We have different types of bulletins. So we've already done the bulletins. We can also do sorting. So we highlight the carbohydrates, and we can sort whether ascending or descending. So we click on this A to Z under the arrow. So when you select this one, you realize you have this dialog box that shows you where to choose and how to arrange, or which criteria that you are going to use to sort. So we can decide to use the ascending or descending. So in this case we can use the ascending. So you realize our carbohydrates have been sorted in a ascending order. We can also use the descending order. We realize now we are starting with the last alphabet to from Z to A, and the other one was from A to Z. So that is when you want to sort your document. That is how you do it. And for example, you want to find a text, or you want to find a word in your document. So you come here, click find. So this dialog will appear. So for example, we want to find computer. So we type here computer and press enter. So it will take you where the word computer appears. Maybe you want to replace. So it will give you the option to replace. You can say it is a device. So it will replace computer anywhere we have computer with device. So replace all. Okay, so it has replaced anywhere we had computer, it has replaced with the word device. So now you go to the next menu. The next menu is insert, and under insert menu we have several items. We have cover page, we have a blank page, we have page break. So we can start with the cover page. We can have a cover page, and when you insert a cover page, when you are doing numbering, you realize the cover page is not included in numbering. Now we have the cover page. We can also insert a blank page. We have now another blank page. You can also have a page break. Page break, you realize there is the difference between the top and the bottom page. You can go to the next item under insert, where we have tables. We have 2 or 4 options to insert a table. So we have the insert table, we have the draw table, and we have the Excel spreadsheet where we can export a table from Excel, and also we can import from Excel or QuickBooks. So we start with the first one, that insert table. Here a dialog box appears where we have it gives you an option to give the number of columns and the number of rows that you want. So for example, if we can say we want a table with 7 columns and 6 rows, so and click OK, you realize now you have the table with 7 columns and 6 rows. What about if we use the next option, that is draw table? So we come here, we draw a table. This is how we are going to be drawing our table. So that's how you draw a table. So let's look at these two options for now. Let's delete that one. So we are going, now we have this table. Let's add some data inside this table. So we come here, the first column we have names, the next column we have the subjects that the student did, that is math, English, Kiswahili, and we have totals, we have average. So we have Joy, we have Amelia, we have John, we have Mark, we have Elizabeth, and lastly we have Damaris. So these are students in a certain class where they scored different marks in different courses or units. So we have the marks they scored. So after you have data inside that table, you can manipulate your table by inserting a row or inserting a column. So for you to insert a column or a row, you place your cursor where you want to insert, then right click. So the insert option will appear. So you have insert columns to the left, insert columns to the right, insert rows above, insert rows below. For now here we want a row above, so we click row above. We have a new row. Here we want another row below. We can have a column to the left. So this column we can also manipulate it and do what we call merging. Merging is bringing several cells together and being one. So we can merge cells. So here we can say mark sheet for ICT technician level 5, and here we can give it the Roman numbers. So after you've manipulated like that, you can edit your table. You can go back to home. You give it, you align it either to the center. You can give it a different color. You can give it a different color. So after doing that, you can also do mathematics, or you can also do totals in tables by clicking the layout menu. So after clicking the layout menu, the fx, that is the formula, will appear. So we want to calculate the totals, so it will ask you sum to the left because we are summing to the left. So it will give you the totals. So we can also do the average, but you can't do the average before after the total. So first we do the average. We calculate the average. So we say, come here, give the formula. So it's equals to average is equals to average to the left and close average left, then you click OK. Average to the left. So you also do the same to the below, the cells below, the rows below. So it's equals to average to the left, then you close bracket. You also do the next one. The formula is average to the left, close the bracket. And also do the other one. Average to the left. And also do the other one. It's equals to average, not here. It's equals to average to the left. So when you want to do the totals, you do the same. Sum to the left. So come here, you say sum not above but to the left. You click OK. We've finished the sum. So you can come here, so get the average for each student. We insert a row. We said we right click, we get a row below. So here we can get the average. We can get the totals first. Then we have the average. So we're going to calculate the totals for every student. So we start with the average. Go to FX formula. Sum above. We don't want sum, we want average. Above. We say OK. Do the same. Average above, we say OK. So after we've calculated the average for each student, we can do also totals for every student. Sum above, sum above, sum above. Now we have the totals and the average for each student. We also have the totals and for each subject. Now we can do for the whole the average and the totals for the whole marks. So we come here, say formula sum above. You can also, let's remove this one first. We do the, so that we can get the average for the whole class. So it is equals to average, open the bracket, above, then you press OK. So you'll have gotten the average for the whole school or for the whole class. So you can also get the sum, the totals for the whole class. So you can use the formatting features. You can change the color. So these ones show that this is the a different color, something different. You can have green, a better color. You can have that one, then bold. For these ones you can use a different one. And these ones you can use a different one, so that you are able to differentiate what they are. So you finished that one. So that's how you manipulate a table. So after the table you can move to something else. So we can go back to insert. We've finished with the tables. We can use the big shapes. We can use the shapes to draw, to have a flow chart. So for example, we can use these shapes. We can take the first shape. So let's go to a new page. Insert, use shapes. We draw, drawings a girl. So we use these shapes. A dress, a girl wearing a dress. We can have the legs. We can have the hands. You can turn this so that the hands look in the same direction. This one is we can have eyes. can have two eyes. You can take another shape. So this is when you are using shapes to draw. This is when you are using shapes to draw. You can have ears. You can have this one. You rotate it. So you've drawn. So you finish drawing, you can format. You can have different solid color. You can have different solid colors. You can have different solid colors. So after finishing, you're supposed to group so that it moves as one item. So let's start again. You are supposed to group. What you're supposed to do is press Control. Don't leave the Control button. So you go on. So you go on highlighting every object that you've used. So you highlight. After highlighting, you right click. So you do what you call grouping. Now when you'll be moving this diagram, you'll be moving it as a one. You can even copy. You can remove these ones. Now I've finished drawing. You finished drawing. You can always be saving your document so that when power goes off, it doesn't get lost. So that we are still under the menu, insert. So we can go to another new page. So we can also use the insert menu to have a smart art. And here in smart art we have different blocked sequentials. We have a list. When we want to have a list of something, we have a process, we have cycle, hierarchy, relationship, and others. So we can use a cycle. We can use you can use the